What's up, everybody? My name is RaisorBlade, and it's time to answer your questions. All right, a few days ago, I asked you guys to ask me questions in honor of 450 subscribers, so I'm finally going to read them to you now. I meant to get this to this a few days ago, but work had me slammed, and I couldn't get to it. But I'm finally finding some time to finally get to this. So, that being said, hopefully after this, we can get started with the next review soon. So, yeah, let's go ahead and answer your questions. Okay, so I have a few down here. So the first one comes from Critical Kid, who says, I think you should just rip the Band-Aid off and get the Land for Time sequel out of the way. As far as questions go, here are some that I have. Only one question, please. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that guy. I'll answer them all. Number one, since you did the Suicide Squad review, would you be covering other movies in the DCEU? That depends on which ones you guys would like for me to review. I made it very clear I'm not a fan of Batman vs. Superman. I hate Green Lantern. I'm just going to say that right now. I really hated Green Lantern. So that's a movie that might be fun to tear apart. But at the same time, I'm not sure, because I know Nostalgia Critic made a video about it recently, so I don't know how good it would be for me to review a movie without people saying, oh, you're reviewing it now because Nostalgia Critic reviewed it. I'm like, well, I hate the movie too, so I can't do it. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide if you want to see any more DC movies. And if you want me to review a certain DC film, then maybe I'll do that. Maybe I should talk about Jonah Hex. Anybody remember Jonah Hex, that movie? With Megan Fox in it? Yeah, that was a real piece of shit. I haven't seen the movie in years, so I can't really remember it that well, but yeah, that'd be a good movie to talk about. Maybe. Number two, which Land for Time sequel so far is the lesser of evils in your opinion? So I guess you're saying which one's the best. That would easily be the third one. The Time of the Great Giving. Yeah, I won't repeat myself what I said in the review, but I basically think that's the best sequel so far. But that means, I know that's not saying much, but that's basically saying I thought it was okay. And number three, which review gave you the most writer's block? Out of all of them, it would have to be Rock of Ages. Mainly because I was trying to experiment with Rock of Ages for that review, if you have or haven't seen it yet. For those who haven't seen it yet, Rock of Ages is a little bit of a different type of review. It's definitely not as long as most of my reviews. For many people who see my reviews, a lot of my reviews tend to go on for quite some time. They tend to go on for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes, that kind of time length. And I know a lot of people aren't really into watching a big, long video that goes on for that long. I know I don't speak for everybody. There are people there who are fine with it, but I know a lot of people prefer to keep those reviews at least under 30 minutes, so I wanted to try and make a video that was a little shorter. But at the same time, I gotta be honest, I wasn't happy with how the video turned out. I wanted to do Rock of Ages the way I would normally do a video, but due to my work and time constraints and everything like that, and I knew I had to get a video guys out for you, I knew to get a video out there for you guys, yeah, I had to put something together, and frankly, I just hate how it turned out. I really don't like videos or movie reviews that are just like that, where it's just, oh, this sucked, the movie sucks, don't go watch it. I'd actually like to see what they have. I like to see the point they're making, like if JonTron or Rock of Ages. If JonTron were to do Rock of Ages or something like that, like he would actually watch the movie and tear it apart and actually have fun with it. Or maybe like Nostalgia Critic way or Bob Show's way. I think I prefer doing videos like that. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of I wasn't happy with how Rock of Ages turned out. So if I had to say what review gave me the most writer's block, it would have to be that movie. Even though I had a lot to say, I didn't say it, which sucks. Fortunately, that's why I do my Let's Watches, because I end up saying things on my Let's Watch that don't make it in the review. So, and vice versa. So there's that. All right, next question. All right, let's move on down to 13 Fury. What got you interested in doing movie reviews in the first place? It's actually kind of funny. I actually have a love for writing, believe it or not. Ever since I was a kid, I've always watched TV shows. I've always imagined ways to make the show better. Like, call it pretentious if you want, but I remember watching Codename Kids Next Door when I was a kid, and I always imagined putting myself in the show and being a character in the show who would have his own episodes and stories revolved around him and stuff like that. And as the years went on and I watched more shows, I got all these great ideas and everything like that. Like, again, call it pretentious if you want, by kind of self-inserting myself into the show, thinking that would make it better somehow. I know it sounds really stupid and pretentious of myself. But yeah, I've always had a love for imagining stories and writing and everything like that. So reviewing movies and everything like that, when Bob Show had his guest show last year, I still saw it as an opportunity to be like, okay, I can talk about a movie. Like, I do study movies. I study them a lot, and I study TV shows. I watch that kind of stuff. And when I made the video for guest show last year with Alpha and Omega, I found that I had a lot of fun doing it. And as a lot of people who go back to my channel, you look far back, you'll see a bunch of gaming stuff. And after my reviews started coming out, you'll find that the gaming kind of just started slowing down and eventually came to a halt. That's because I just found myself enjoying making videos about movies instead of gaming, basically. Because when I'm playing a video game, I tend to just get lost into it. Like, I tend not to just talk. Like, if I'm ever gaming and I want to stream it and stuff like that, I'll probably go to my Twitch channel. I have a Twitch channel, but even then, I don't really use it that much, so I won't bother with a link in the description or anything for it, unless you really want to see it. But again, I don't get on Twitch much anymore. I just when I play a game, I just kind of stick to myself or whatever. But yeah, I often found myself enjoying making movie reviews a lot more than gaming, so... but really, the love has kind of always been there about writing and everything like that. And reviewing movies and talking about why a movie's either good or bad is a really good way to find out how to become a good writer. Like, I remember when I reviewed Strange Magic, I told everybody at the end of the review, I think it's a good movie for people who want to become writers and directors and everything like that to watch, because it teaches them what not to do when making a movie. Because I know there are different types of movies, and I know there's different ways to go about making a certain movie. Like, if you were making a fairy tale, like Strange Magic was, there are certain rules you have to follow, but at the same time, if you're making, like, a superhero movie, you have to follow completely different rules and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's very important to watch a different variety of movies so you can get a good feel of what rules apply to these movies, and you'll find why Strange Magic breaks a lot of these rules and doesn't work well and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, basically to answer your question, it's kind of always been there. In a sense. Not the review part, but more of loving the idea of writing stories, of creating stuff, basically. And I think reviewing movies and stuff like that is a really good way to become a better writer, in my opinion. So, that answers your question. There. Sorry if I went on a bit of a rant for that, but I just thought I'd be honest. Jimmy Robinson asks, I'm admittedly only asking this because the new volume is up, but have you ever seen RWBY? Or I don't know if that's how you say it, or if there's another name. I watched the first season of it. That's really about it. I couldn't really get into it, and this was like a long time ago. I tried getting into the show, but frankly, I honestly just couldn't. I don't know why. I'm sure it's a very good show. I'm not hating on it. And I've seen the animation. I've seen what it can do. I think it could be a really cool show, and maybe I'd give it a chance again in the future. But right now, I'm trying to get caught up on My Hero Academia. That is a damn good show. I like that show a lot. So yeah, I've seen it, but I haven't really watched it. Sincia King Second Channel asks, when will you review Ant Bully the movie? Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't really think it's a bad movie, so I don't know if there's really enough to talk about to make a review. So I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I'm sorry. So my bad. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, right, there you go. All right, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. asks, why do you have a picture of more room in your room? I think that's a mirror you're looking at. Yeah, I have three gigantic mirrors in my room that reflect everywhere. So, that's probably what you're seeing. I don't have pictures of my room everywhere. Be like Cool Cat, just post myself all over my room just to remind myself of how cool I am. No, those are just my mirrors you're looking at, buddy. Sorry if I confused you. The Arceus FTW asks, honestly, after Rock of Ages, you should just knock all the Land for Time sequels out of the way. As for the Q&A, number 1, what's your favorite Pokemon? Charizard. Fucking OG. Charizard. Nothing can beat him. Nothing. I don't care what you throw at him. Dragonite, Gengar, Arceus, I don't give a fuck. Charizard's the best. Suck it. Especially when he Mega Evolves into the Black Dragon form, okay? The Black Dragon form, fucking beautiful. I love it. Alright. Oh, I haven't watched Pokemon in years, to be honest. The last Pokemon game I actually played was Platinum. If that sums up how long it's been since I actually got involved in Pokemon, period. Number 2, what do you rank every movie you reviewed so far from best to worst? Geez, that's kind of a tall order right there. I'd have to go back and overlook every movie. I've reviewed so far. I guess I can sum up the best and worst so far. The best I've reviewed so far has to be probably Land for Time 3. And I know that's not saying a lot, but yeah, that's probably the best one I've reviewed so far. But in the future, I actually want to sit down and review good movies too. I actually want to sit down and review good movies. So yeah, for now, the third one is the best so far I've reviewed. And the worst, that's probably a tie between, it's probably a tie between either Sahara or Astro Boy. Because those movies genuinely pissed me off. They really did. Sahara pissed me off because I really hated Gary, and Astro Boy pissed me off because my favorite genre of film is superheroes. All right, superheroes are like my thing. I fucking love superhero movies. Period. So to answer that question, yeah, probably one of those two movies. I guess I hate Astro Boy a little bit more. I guess to be fair though, I can't say it's the worst movie I've reviewed. It'd probably have to be Ratatouille, since that is technically a movie. Yeah, I guess the worst technically would be Ratatouille, because you can barely call that a movie in general. Movies like The Room and Cool Cat Saves the Kids, those movies are hilarious, in my opinion. They're hilariously bad. You watch them to see how bad they can be, so I don't think that you can consider them to be the worst. I mean, you can call them the worst, but that doesn't mean anything. Especially if you say you like how bad they are, so, yeah. And number 3, any guilty pleasures, movies, TV shows, video games, music. Movies, yeah, like I said, Strange Magic, like I said, I do enjoy studying it. So, in a sense, you can say I do enjoy watching Strange Magic, and I do enjoy watching it from time to time, but as a study guide, basically. TV shows. Anime. Okay, no, I don't watch that much anime, but I've been getting into My Hero Academia, and that's honestly a good show. It's not I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure. That's genuinely a really good show. Dragon Ball Super. It's not perfect. I'll say that much right now. It is not a perfect show. I think they bastardized Goku by simplifying him to being a battle-hungry maniac, which kind of sucks. The new season, if you could call it a season, or the new saga, the Universal Tournament, basically. It really pisses me off that Goku basically set up the whole fight. Now, I know it wasn't his fault. Like, he didn't set up to where the universes get destroyed if they lose the tournament. But at the same time, Goku doesn't really show any remorse or anything for like that. Like, again, I know it's not his fault, but I mean, it is kind of his fault this is happening, because he did go up right to Zeno and say, hey, we should have a tournament. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? And Zeno's like, yeah, as long as everybody can die. And then Goku's like, great, I can't wait. And it's like, wait, what? And it's like, you're signing off to basically genocide to at least, God, how many universes are in that tournament? There's 13 total. No, there's like 12 total. And, yeah, only 8 or 2 is participating. So, yeah, 7 universes. Goku is perfectly fine with having 7 universes get destroyed. All for the sake of fighting. It just kind of sucks. But, with that being said, Dragon Ball Super does have some cool shit. Gohan is back. That was fucking awesome to see. Ultra Instinct. That was fucking amazing. Hands down, one of the best anime moments of the year. Easy. Fuck yeah, it was. Yeah. There's a lot of cool moments in Dragon Ball Super, but I'll admit, it's not perfect. In fact, some shit downright pisses me off, but I still watch it. Video games. None that I can think of, really. I mean, I play Call of Duty, if that counts. I play Call of Duty Zombies, if that counts as a guilty pleasure. Yeah, I guess so. Music. I know I said I hate pop music. I often say I hate pop music, but I love Owl City. I fucking love Owl City. And Nickelback. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I fucking love Nickelback. I said it, and I'm sticking to it. I like Owl City and Nickelback. There, I said it. I'll take it to my grave. Alright, last 2 questions, guys. Brandon Crocker. By the way, dude, you comment on every video I make. Thank you. Okay. Are there any movies you like that other people seem to hate? Yeah. I read your question when you first posted it. I was thinking about that. Um, I remember Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. It is a Star Wars prequel. Out of the three Star Wars prequels that tend to be bad, that one, in my opinion, is the best. Excuse me. I won't say it's a good movie, but I think it's an okay movie. It has moments that are awesome. It has moments that suck. But at the same time, I've heard that, from what I've heard, there are people out there that think it's easily the worst. And I think the reason is because it does have that good stuff in it. So, but I think the good stuff helps it become more tolerable. So I can't really see the logic in that. So I think it's okay. So yeah, that's one movie. I'm trying to think of other movies that I like that other people don't like. I can't really think of them many. Age of Ultron, I think, is good. Yeah, I know people don't like Age of Ultron for some reason. I think that movie's fun. I think it's fun. Okay, let's be honest. All of the Marvel movies are stupid, but, they're superhero stupid. Yeah, it's gonna be stupid, but, they're fun movies to watch. And they're all like that. They are all like that. Guardians of the Galaxy's like that. And I fucking love Guardians of the Galaxy. That's one of my favorite movies from the Marvel Universe. Easy. So, and I'll admit that movie's fucking dumb. There's a lot of stupid shit in there. And the second movie's even stupider. Like that scene where fucking Drax is he's hanging out of the starship and it's crashing. How is he not getting hit by all those asteroids? That's fucking stupid, but it's super funny and fun. You can't get mad at it. So yeah. That's another movie, I get it, I guess. Force Awakens. I know a lot of people really hate that one. Star Wars The Force Awakens, but I love that movie. I think that's a great movie, in my opinion. I know that's more of a mixed reception than a movie that most people hate, but that's one I can think about. That's all I'm trying to say. Are there any pop artists you find okay? Like I said, I love Owl City. I fucking adore Owl City. I love them. I'm trying to think. Some of Fall Out Boy's new songs are okay. The Last of the Real Ones, I think, is nice. But does that count? Since they're kind of... I don't know. Does that count? I don't know. I think it counts. Are there any Disney sequels you plan to cover? Yes. Pocahontas 2, because I reviewed the original. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, because I heard that movie fucking sucks. It's awful. And I fucking love the original Hunchback. So yeah, those two movies are definitely on my list. I know there's others I want to talk about. Probably Belle's Magical World. Though, can you really consider that a movie? Can you? I don't know. Are there any animated movies you consider underrated? Now that you mention it, yeah. There are a few. Oh, shit. There's just one movie I loved. I saw this last year. And I can't remember what it's called. Shit, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Hang on, I'll have to look it up. Don't worry, this won't take 2 seconds. But I'm pissed off because, remember a few years ago, back in 2014, when the Lego movie got snubbed for an Oscar? The same thing happened to this movie. It got snubbed. And I thought that was fucking stupid. And I'm like, why would you not nominate this movie for an Oscar? It's so fucking good. The reason why is because it's an anime. Kimi no Nawa. That's what the movie's called. Kimi no Nawa. I watched that movie. Beautiful movie. I think that is, without a doubt, one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. It came out last year and blew me away. It is a beautiful story. It really is. I won't spoil anything because you have to see it for yourself. It's an anime, but oh my god. The animation's fucking beautiful. The story is fucking a beautiful story. It's a romance, and it's one of the most heartbreaking things you've ever fucking seen. It's so sad, but it's told in such an amazing way. It's told like a fairy tale where there's a moment near the end where it's like, why if you had just done it like this, then you could have probably avoided everything. But it's told like a fairy tale, and if they did it logically, then the story would probably be ruined. So it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast in a lot of ways. It's not like Beauty and the Beast where one man's ugly and the girl's super beautiful. It's not like that. I'm just trying to say like it has fairy tale logic where there's no lot where it doesn't follow logic sometimes, but that just helps the story even better. It makes it better. It's just, oh my god, fucking amazing movie. Why wasn't it nominated for an Oscar? It pisses me off. Kubo and the Two Strings is a fucking amazing movie too. That's a movie that came out. I came out last year. It was nominated for an Oscar, but it didn't win. Of course it didn't. Disney won. But another amazing film. Wonderful. Again, being told through a fairy tale's perspective, but amazing animation, amazing characters, very well done. I fucking loved it. I thought it was amazing. I'm thinking of more movies. Trying to think. Hang on, let me look at something real quick. This is probably gonna sound a little weird, but Anastasia from Don Bluth. I know a lot of people do like that movie, but at the same time, a lot of people really hate that movie. I mean, they say it's easily Don Bluth's worst movie, and I'm like, I don't understand where they're coming from. I mean, okay, the points they make with that movie is that they think Don Bluth sold out. Like, Don Bluth's strength was being different from Disney, and Anastasia is just him trying to be Disney. But people tend to forget that Don Bluth's mission was to be Disney, basically. He was always trying to be Disney. He's just a guy that, when Disney was diverting off of their traditional path, he said, screw that, we're going to stick to the traditional path. So you can argue Don Bluth was always just trying to be Disney. He was just trying to bring it back. And yeah, I was like, so when I hear people say, oh, he's just selling out and trying to be like Disney, I'm like, that was always the point. He was always trying to be Disney. Since he was doing so good in the mid to late 80s, Disney had to adapt and change the way they were making movies to catch up with him. That's why movies like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, and all that stuff, they were different than the films from before. Or that's why Disney had to step up their game and stuff like that after that in order to catch up to Don. And Don, of course, saw that was working. He wanted to be like Disney. And I don't think there's a problem with that. Now, there's being too much like Disney. That can be a problem, but I think Anastasia is a good diversity. Like, it's kind of like Disney, but not too much like Disney where it becomes, oh, okay, it's like the Swan Princess where it's just trying to be like Disney and nothing else. No, Anastasia genuinely had a good story, some beautiful animation, some great songs. I think it was a good movie. So there's that. Yes, that's it. By the way, Brandon says review what I want to review next. Everybody's telling me to review the Land for Time sequel, so I think maybe I should just go ahead and do all those. My last question comes from Matilda Gothica. I hope I said your last name right. It is interesting to hear what you think of the Land for Time movies. What is the idea behind the channel name? RaisorBlade? My real name is Daryl Razor Jr. My last name is Razor, so yeah. My last name is Razor, so that's where the name came from. Actually, my nephew gave me the name. My nephew Christopher, he gave me that name. He thought it would sound cool. He also said I should spell it normally, like the way my last name is actually spelled. Why did you start a channel? Because I always wanted to. Basically, in high school, it's kind of a long story, but basically, in high school, I was going through a bit of a depression and everything like that. I was very upset, very sad, very miserable. And around the end of 2012, I discovered YouTubers, and basically like that. I discovered PewDiePie, I discovered Markiplier, I discovered people like Vanos Gaming and everything like that. And their channels brought me entertainment. They made me very happy. And I thought that if these guys can make me happy, maybe I can make people happy too, because all I ever wanted was for people to like me, and all I ever wanted was for people to make me feel like that I had a purpose, I had a reason for being here, basically. Like, I know that may seem a little sad, but it's true. Like, that's something we all want, right? To feel like we're needed, we belong, we're wanted. So when I hear comments like this, actually asking these questions and wanting to get my opinion and my views on everything, it genuinely does make me feel like people are genuinely interested in what I have to say and what I want to do, and that's probably the most liberating and satisfying feeling out there, in my opinion, to you know be like that, to make videos like this. That's why I do it, because it makes me happy. It makes me happy. I guess that's the best way to say it. When did you start loving movies? I already answered the question, so yeah. Yeah, I said it's because I want to be a writer. I'd like to be a director and do something someday. Which leads me to one question. Do you guys want me to write something for you? Like, do you guys want me to write something? Because I have ideas for TV shows. I would love for it to become a TV show someday. Like, if you guys want me to write something for you guys, I'll do it. And I'll post a video about it. So, that's all the questions. That's all the Q&A. That's all the questions for the Q&A for the day. So, yeah. I just want to say thank you all again so much for 450 subscribers. I've grown a bit more since then. How far have I grown so far now? Now I have 469. 469. We have 69, guys. That means almost 20 subscribers since I posted the video a week ago. That's awesome. I'm getting this close to 50 or 500. My bad. Sorry. Sorry, my head ain't in the game, is it? Nope. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all again so much for your undying support. Like I said, you guys actually responding to this video, asking your questions, being genuinely interested in what I have to say and do, it makes me happy. So as your reward, I will bring you a close-up of the great... Shit, what'd I do? Fuck, hang on. I can fix this. Oh, it doesn't want to fix itself. Hang on, it's fixing itself. There he is. There we are. Okay, back to normal. I will reward you with a picture of Tommy Wiseau's beautiful face. There you go. There's your reward for being so kind to me. But no, honestly, guys, seriously though, thank you guys so much for your undying support. It really does make me happy. And so, that being said, I think I'll go ahead and just knock the Land for Time series out of the way. There's only 5 movies left. So, I guess number 9's next. Which will be fun because I haven't seen that one yet. Like, out of all the sequels I've seen so far, I haven't seen that one yet. So, yeah. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay awesome.